Hello, Andrea.
Hi Otis, and welcome to our viewers. It's officially the 1st of December. We are in the festive season. It's the end of the year. And welcome to Erongo Talk, your favorite news show.
Good December. The way Miss Aline is saying it, good December.
Now we are going to care December, this entire December with you, because we are here to keep you entertained and let you know what is happening here and along our lovely coastline. That's Swakopmund, Walvis Bay and Henties Bay.
Entertained and informed.
Yes.
Informed.
And informed.
Yes,
And informed.
yes.
So as usual for today's show, we're going to bring you the latest news. We're also going to unpack the front pages of our daily newspapers. That's the Namibian Sun, the Republican and the Algemeine Zeitung.
Yes.
And then for our interview, we are focusing on road safety. Otis, in your opinion, why is it so important that we talk about road safety?
We know everyone is coming down to us. Everybody who's anybody is going to journey down to the coast.
Wanneer is
We
lekker
know.
by die see?
Always.
Now for
yes.
our interview, Municipal Chief Traffic Officer or Chief, that is Eben Platt. He is going to give his festive message. Then Eliphas Rukambe from the MVA Fund is also going to tell us why it's so important that you know the MVA Fund number when you come across a crash. We're also going to give you some tips when it comes to why it's so important to check your tires before you travel.
Very important, very important. And then some exciting things are happening on our show.
Yes.
We will be with our viewers for a full hour.
Yes, you're going
And-
to see our lovely faces.
Yes. And the format of the show is going to change.
Yes.
There's going to be music. There's going to be a second interview.
Yes.
We're going to
Blast
take
from
you
the
back.
past,
Yes, we're going to take you back. Exciting things. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag
Yes.
at this point in time.
Yes.
I want the viewers to sit back, to relax, and to enjoy this
Yes.
1 hour sessions with us.
Definitely. Enjoy it with us. We'll be right back after this. And now we bring you the news all the way here from the Swakopmund Mola Beach because it is officially the festive season. Now the Namibia Fish Consumption Promotion Trust officially opened its revamped head office in Walvis Bay. Now this facility, constructed at a cost of 17.5 million Namibian dollars, was refurbished and extended. Now this increased the trust's total assets to 191 million Namibian dollars from 160 million Namibian dollars for the financial year 2019-2020. Now, Susan Jakela, the chairperson of the Board of Trustees, stated that the board had decided to extend the office with one floor up in order to house all head office staff under one roof. Now, this will ensure that our staff are well equipped to enable them to perform their duties in a professional manner that will yield efficient service delivery. Now, Jakela appealed to the government to increase quota allocation to the trust. Now, this will enable the supply of fish at a more affordable price whilst managing these institutions sustainably. We are also requesting local authority councils such as Swakopmund, Gobabas, Marintal and Katima Malilo to provide land to the trust for the construction of fish shops with sufficient retail space. Now, she also appealed to stakeholders to join the trust in smart partnerships. Now, our people are demanding that we stock bigger sizes of horse mackerel and a variety of other fish species. We need to realize the regular supplies of varieties of fish to our communities. Now, the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Derek Claassen, was the keynote address, highlighted the state-of-the-art equipment and that features that were added to the new building. That includes high natural light transmission, because there's a lot of nice windows. All fittings are LED, which will help with energy consumption. There's also solar panels. There's also a feature where the lights switch off when there's no movement in the building. But head on over to our website. That's www.erongo.com.na to read more on the new features of the state-of-the-art 17.5 million Namibian dollars building. Now, secondly, Namibia has the world's second highest, largest solar irradiation regime, high wind power potential, and potential for geothermal and bioenergy developments. The potential for green electricity production in Namibia is many times the country's domestic electricity consumption. Now, these remarks were made by Mines and Energy Minister Tom Awindo at the Renewable Energy Business Summit in Dubai. Now, he stated, according to Awindo, countries around the world, including Namibia, are united in transitioning to a future based on renewable energy, as there is a concern of the devastating impact of fossil fuel energy on the environment. Now, Namibia recognizes renewable energy as a solution to climate change. Now, he said, recognizing the inevitability of the energy transition, we understand and accept that fossil fuel is no longer the fuel of the future and that the world is transitioning to renewable energy. We are, however, also calling for all energy transition that is just and equitable among nations. We need to guard against an energy transition process that has the potential to adversely affect some without any mitigation. It is the case that countries that are highly dependent on fossil fuel for their socio-economic development may need a little more time to transition than countries that have already made an inroad into the renewable energy space. Now, he also talks about a plan that is in motion by government, but head on over to our website. That's www.erongo.com.na to read more on this. And then finally, the Communications Regulatory Authority of Namibia, that is CRAN and Telecom Namibia Limited, reached a settlement agreement closing a long-standing dispute on the legality of regulatory levies for the period 2012 to 2018. Now, the parties have been engaged in discussions and negotiations over the course of the year and are pleased to announce that the matter has been settled amicably. Now, Telecom and certain industry players challenged the constitutionality of Section 23 of the Communications Act, that is Act number 8 of 2009, in the High Court in 2012 in order to determine the constitutionality, of the regulatory levies as enforced by CRAN. Now, as a public enterprise, we are accountable to the public and have a responsibility to ensure resources are optimal and responsibly utilized. Our focus remains on reducing the digital divide in the country and bringing information and communication technology services closer to all Namibians. To that effect, we are focused on maintaining good relations with the regulator and all industry players to ensure fast and efficient service delivery, said Dr. Stanley Shanapinda, who is the Telecom Namibia Chief Executive Officer. But check out our website. That's www.erongo.com.na to read more on this and what's happening here in our mighty Erongo region. And now I'm joined by Otis, and we are going to unpack the front pages of the daily newspapers of Namibia Media Holdings.
Yes.
Now, to kick off in some Afrikaans, on the front page of the Republican, we have a nice picture, a baie lekker foto wat sê somer swem en lafenis.
Is daai tyd.
Is daai tyd. Is lekker warm nou in Windhoek en is nog so 'n bietjie koel hier by ons.
Ja.
Maar ek het nou al 'n paar mense gesien swem hier in die see.
Ek dink hulle gaan die grade saambring.
Ek dink ook so.
Soos hulle aankom, beweeg gaan hulle sommer die temperature laat styg.
Definitief. En dan nou die hoofberig sê verdediging trap vas oor geheime. Nou die parlementêre komitee soek steeds antwoorde. Dit is nou die ministerie weier volstrek om die ouditeure toegang tot die militêre basisse te gee. Nou die ministerie van verdediging en veterane sake se boeke klop nie en die parlementêre staande komitee oor openbare rekeninge moes gister worstel om antwoorde uit die uitvoerende direkteur Dr. Wilhelmine Yalusha Boete te kry.
Leandria, hierdie Omicron.
Ja.
Ek sien daar is iets oor in Namibië wat waar is hierdie man vasgevat?
Hy is in Japan vasgevat. So hulle sê hulle is nou besig om kontakte op te spoor. Nou die ministerie van Gesondheid en Maatskaplike Dienste het reeds begin om die mense op te spoor met wie die Namibiese diplomaat wat Sondag in Japan
diplomaat?
Ja, wat Sondag in Japan positief getoets het vir COVID-19 kontak gehad het tydens sy besoek verlede week aan Namibië.
Wow. Wow.
So dit is allemaal bietjie op hol, maar ons weet wat is die regulasies. Jy moet jou masker dra, jy moet social distance. Kyk maar net so ver as moontlik na jouself. Dan beweeg ons na die agterblad toe, dis die sportblad. Nou is dit Driekus teen Connie of nie. Nou ons almal maak reg vir die Desert Dash wat dan nou volgende naweek gaan afskop. Dit is die 10de begin hulle in Windhoek en dan kom hulle al die pad deur die woestyn Swakopmund toe.
Ja, sê hoeveel honderde kilometers? Meer as 300 en iets, né?
Ja. Ek haal my hoed af vir daai ouens en vir daai vroumense wat hy Desert Dash aanpak, maar as hulle daar op die eindpunt kom, dan kan jy sommer sien hoe hulle lyk.
Emosionele moments, né? Wat ons altyd daar vasvang. Ja.
Nou, dis nagenoeg 1083 fietsryers is veronderstel om volgende Vrydag vir die Nedbank Desert Dash Ultra Bergfiets Marathon oor 393 km van Windhoek na Swakopmund te vertrek. Nou hier praat hulle net so bietjie sover die afgelope die standing champion is Connie Loser.
Ja.
Maar daar kan Driekus Kutsie vir hom 'n run vir hom money gee. So dis wat ons nou kyk. En dan net teespoed tref atlete, 'n lywige Namibiese span van 77 atlete het maandag namiddag laat per bus van Windhoek na Maseru, Lesotho vertrek waar hulle van 3 tot 13 Desember aan die streek 5 jeugspele sal deelneem.
Okay, so moving over to the Namibian Sun, and they are talking about Van Wyk reports ACC to Ombudsman. So Van Wyk was arrested on suspicion of removing key evidence from Saki Shangala's house. The former Olea employee says he was subjected to untold suffering on the day of his arrest, and this is all in connection with the fish rot case.
Yes, that is everybody talking.
Yes, so the Namibian Sun leads with that. The second story is about government and the unions in stalemates over salaries. So civil servants will have to face another year without a salary increase as discussions which took place on Monday between the negotiating unions failed to reach a consensus. Yes, and then on the third story, the Defense Ministry were grilled over unapproved weapons purchase. I think, and that's by Jemima Beekes.
Yes.
He's talking about the Defense Ministry has brought without Treasury approval weapons worth 5 million from its own ammunition manufacturing company, Ndolomani Pyrotechnics Industries, which has since been deregistered.
My goodness. Okay, but you get the Namibian Sun to read the story.
I don't want to mention another rot.
Yes,
I do not want to.
We are not going to do that.
Moving to the back page, the NFA has pushed or are going to push ahead with its ordinary Congress. So the Namibian Football Association has decided to continue with its plans to host an ordinary Congress aimed at ousting its exco, which they deem compulsory, stating that CAFs only stop them to hold the extra Congress and not the ordinary Congress. So that report by Jesse Jackson Kaureza, who will be joining us here at the coast.
Yes.
Yeah, they are on their way. I think on Friday they will come down and they will keep us all posted on what's happening on the sports front. And then also the MT Summer Cup is on. The Namibian Horse Racing Association has announced that it has increased its safety measures for jockeys and horses at Tsaka to avoid any unexpected problems. I think this came after a very tragic incident where one of Namibia's top jockeys lost his life. Actually, so they have put a lot of things in place there. And then finally, they say that senior representatives of various national sports federations were in attendance at Synergy and Namibia Media Events breakfast at Hotel Chule yesterday morning, where NMH marketing manager Annie Geldenhuis shared information regarding the company's track record of live broadcasting of sports events, as well as its planning for 2022 and the related opportunities that sport codes could make use of to broaden their exposure. So the Ministry of Sport was represented by the Executive Director, Dr. Audrey Mate. Exciting times.
It is. It's very exciting times here at Namibia Media Holdings. Like we said earlier, we are branching out as well for this December. It's going to be a full hour show. There's a lot happening for next year. But we are not going to divulge any of that secrets. You just need to check us out and see what we are doing. Now, and then finally we go to the Allgemeine Zeitung. I would love to have spoken German notice, but maybe we need to put it on for our bucket list for next year.
Learn a language.
Yes.
Learn the
German language.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So in English, basically, on the front page we have a hippo picture where it states that a 58-year-old fisherman was fatally attacked by a hippo Monday morning at the border post in Ngoma in the Zambezi region. Now the deceased has been identified. Now moving on to the main story, it says civil society needs to be heard more. Now an index of the situation of civil society organizations in Namibia, which was presented by the Institute for Public Political Research, shows that many of them are dependent on foreign sponsors because Namibians themselves hardly give any support. The government also shows little real interest in the voices of civil society.
Wow.
So they unpack it there.
Yes.
And then just another short announcement here on the front page is that the schools are closing earlier for the summer holidays due to examination papers that have become public.
Oh, I saw the notice yesterday,
yes,
but
the
I
notice
did not
came
understand the reason behind.
The notice came out yesterday because apparently they leaked some papers. So the ministry is still going to tell us which papers exactly leaked so that it can continue in 2022.
Wow.
So the schools were initially slated to close next week, no, the week after next week, that's the 17th of December, but it's now going to close on the 3rd, and for the learners, and then the 15th for the teachers. Okay. So it's an early holiday, but it's a bit more hard work for next year. So grab your copy of the Republikein, grab your copy of the Namibian Sun, the Allgemeine Zeitung, and also check out our website because we are online, Erongo 24/7. That's at www.erongo.com.na. Please stay tuned. Chief Platt, could you maybe just give us your message as Municipal Traffic Chief to the drivers out there?
Yes, of course. I can say last year with COVID and people were more on lockdown, the accident rate was not that high. Now, because we are now open, we now experience people drink and drive, the totals lift. The accident, they rise, and really, as a traffic department, we are struggling with the attitude of people who are driving motor vehicles. First of all, they are driving too fast, and they drink and drive. Many people allows their kids to drive vehicles without driver's licenses. And then we have taxi drivers. They operate vehicles because they transport passengers for reward without the necessary documentation. And that is our main problem. It is part of it. Now we also have the problem that people skip stop signs, moving violations. They skip red traffic signals. They are just inconsiderate. If I look at the road between Walvis Bay and Swakopmund, you see there's clear indication of road traffic signs and markings. They overtake on the barrier lines on very, very high speed, and that we cannot tolerate. Now, therefore, in our planning session, we will now invite the Roads Authority, the transport inspectors, the Namibian police, and us is the local traffic department. So all over, this will be part that we are visible on our roads. Although not so many in total, but we will have the strategy to pull others in to see what we will do. We want that there will be speed measurements all over. We will have speed measurements on the B2, to the road, to the airport, and we will deal with people who disobey traffic rules and regulations. Then, as the festive season approaching, we have the familiar Langstraat, where kids are driving quad bikes. In Narraville, kids are driving quad bikes without licenses. The driver don't have a driver's license. The vehicle is not licensed. So we will definitely look at vehicle and driver fitness. So be warned, a quad bike is a motor vehicle. And parents, you cannot leave a person unsupervised to drive with that vehicle. So we have in the dune belt, we are in the dunes, we have accidents. There's people coming from all over, from South Africa, and then they come and they make a havoc in our beautiful Walvis Bay. So let's look at it and let's obey to all traffic rules and regulations. Lastly, we have the big trucks. As we know, Walvis Bay is the harbor city, and there's so many trucks all over. The following distance of these trucks is cumbersome. As you see, these guys are following each other so close to each other for smaller vehicles not to overtake. So truck drivers also work together so that we look at our following distances. And the guys, we say, the GTI guys, with the Volkswagens, the BMW guys, the Mercedes guys, this is young boys. The speed limit outside is 120, not 320, as you see. We don't want people to die. We need to prevent. We need to prevent our accident rate. We don't want the accident rate to rise again. Let's stay there. Let's stay low. This is what I can say. Let's work together. And before you start your journey, make sure your vehicle is in a roadworthy condition. Make sure your vehicle is licensed. You are licensed. Make sure that the brakes is in a good working order and that your vehicle is roadworthy. Remember, drive slow and make sure you come at your destination safe, or drive fast and never reach your destination. Thank you.
As the fund and all partners and stakeholders, we are focusing on three major areas. Number one is to educate our public members, the road users, on road safety, which is one of the critical factors that must take into account at all times. People need to be notified, they need to be informed, they need to know what to expect on the road. They are aware of the safeties on the road, but then they need to be educated over and over again. And then the second aspect is the aspect of law enforcement, which we would like to enhance greatly, mainly on the B1 as well as the B2 route. These are one of the two major routes where most crashes are taking place. Therefore, we would like to enhance visibility on this road. We know that the road to the coast will be flooded. There will be lots of traffic flow that are getting into Erongo region. So the traffic law enforcement in this area would be enhanced so they can be visible at all times on the road. And then the third aspect would be the issue of, in an event, an unfortunate situation when a crash happens. That's why we would call on each and everyone to make use of this number 9682 to report that accident. And our paramedics are ready to be able to respond to any crash that happens on our roads. So we are calling at the same time for everyone to make sure that they have this number on their phones. It will be very helpful during the festive season so that you can report any accident that you come across on your roads.
What message do you have for motorists then?
Yes, for the motorists, one would say we have been on a lockdown for a long time, and then we would like to visit various places. We would like to visit family members, and we would urge you to depart safely from your destination and arrive safely on the other end. The most important thing to do is to make sure that you plan your journey, you do a proper inspection on your vehicle before you undertake your trip, so that you can be sure that you'll be able to get to your destination safely. We want you to get there safe. Yes, Namibia is a very vast country, as we know. When you are taking it from Swakopmund, the person has to go to Shakati. That's about more than 100 kilometers that this person needs to cover. So therefore, and we know that fatigue is a real issue that is troubling everyone. There we are asking each and everyone to at least take a rest after every 200 kilometers. Just take a rest, buy your cool drink, buy your chips, just rest for a little while just to regain your energy, and then you can undertake your journey again. If you are in a hurry, you might not be able to get your destination. But then if you take your time and enjoy your journey with your family and friends, I believe greatly you'll be able to reach your destination safely. We know that happens mainly with public buses. We know it is an opportunity, but it's an opportunity that is going to cost your life and the life of those that you have in the vehicle. Therefore, we would advise that if you undertake one trip to Shakati or one trip to Kitmansop or Swakopmund, at least if you can overnight and then take another trip the next day back to Windhoek. There you will be able to have refreshed and have more energy to undertake another trip. But if you rush yourself for the sake of the money, that will not be helpful to you.
Now it's festive season. The alcohol is going to be freely flowing. Anything on that, please?
The two does not go hand in hand. Alcohol and sitting behind the wheel, the two are not chomis, they are not friends at all. If you're intoxicated, your vision will be impaired, you will be physically tired, meaning that you will not be able to make it to your destination at all. So spare yourself the drinks for another day, or if you want to enjoy your drinks, make sure that you have somebody else who's going to sit behind the wheel to drive for you until you reach your destination, and then you can make sure that you are there safely. So don't make any attempt of drinking while you are on the road.
I will share some information with you regarding tires. You know, there are a lot of information on the tire, but I'll focus on the more important ones. Now, one of the top 3 causes of accident, it's due to rollovers. Why are we experiencing rollovers? It's because of tires. It's because of tire pressure that's not right. That's not tires that are not equally inflated, tires that are underinflated, tires that are overinflated. Yeah? And then the next thing is we tend to buy second-hand tires. And then some of the second-hand tires are even manufactured in European countries, in cold countries, where the conditions are way different than ours. Here it's hot. Yeah? So the tires will not last. What is the outcome of it? Tire burst. You will lose control and your vehicle will overturn. Now on the tire, I will also show you now, there's a 4-digit number. The first 2 digits of that number will tell you the week it was manufactured. In other words, if it indicates 21, it will tell you that this tire was manufactured the 21st week of, now the second 2 digits, it's telling you the year. Said it's 19, for example. Then the tire was manufactured the 21st week of 2019. Now the life expectancy of a tire, it's 5 years. So now you count from 2019, yeah? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So by year 2024, you need to replace the tire. Even if the tread is still fine, it means that that tire has expired. Don't replace it. So if you buy a tire in future, yeah, please check for this date. I have a challenge with some of the imported tires. The numbers, that 4-digit number does not appear. So you have no idea the age of the tire or when it was manufactured for you to determine the expiry date. Before you drive to the north or wherever, check your tire pressure. Yeah?
some of the gauges at the service stations are not effective in terms of to measure the tire pressure. Try to go to a service station where the gauges are quite new. Yeah? I also want to appeal to passengers. Do not just get in a car. Do your own inspection. Walk around the car. Look at the tire. If it's worn out, do not get on that bus. Yeah? Do not get on that bus. I'll show you quickly on this tire here. I can perhaps see that everybody's standing here. The number that I talked about, here it is. The number here is 0321. Can you see that? 0321. There's a sticker on that side that tells you what the tire pressure must be. Yeah? Let's quickly check the 4 tires of this car to see what is the tire pressure. Yeah? Now, this cap, yeah? This cap also plays a role. Yeah? This cap also plays a role. If there's a tire or a leakage of air on the valve itself, then this one can keep it inside. So it's always best to put a cap on all your valves. Yeah? Let's check what is the tire pressure of this one. It's 180. Yeah? But even you as drivers, check when you load your trailer, load it properly. Because uneven load can also lead to the trailer being swing left and right, and then at the end of the day, causing the driver to lose control. Or you go on a long distance trip, check your tire pressure. You see, when your tire is overinflated, it means you put too much air. Now what many people are doing, they look at the tire, then they say, oh, this one is a bit too low. Then he inflates based on what he sees. In the meantime, he put too much air in the tire. With that rotation as you drive, the air is heating up. What is the next thing that will happen? It will explode. Tire burst. Yeah? That rapid loss of air. So, if your tire is overinflated, it means that the middle part of your tire make contact with the surface. In other words, your tire will be worn out quickly in the middle. The same with underinflated. Underinflated, the side of your tire make contact with the surface. Then your tire will be worn out on the sides while the middle is still fine. So there are a lot of advantages and disadvantages on this. But that is not alone. Tire pressure is not enough. You also have to check your wheel balancing. Yeah? You also have to check your wheel alignment, especially if you are driving gravel road. Yeah? Check your wheel alignment on a regular basis.
Now joining us for the first time ever on Erongo Talk is the owner of Sonyador Belgian Chocolates here in Walvis Bay, Hazel Smith. How are you this morning, Hazel?
Fine, thank you. And yourself?
No, it's lovely. I'm surrounded by chocolates and coffee. Now, just to the eye, it's just chocolate and coffee, but please tell us a bit about more about the business.
Okay, the main focus obviously is the chocolates. The Belgian chocolates has been brought to us by Adelaine in 2013. She was the first person in Namibia to start the Belgian chocolates. So she spoiled us all. Yes. And then she sold it, I think, in 2019. Unfortunately, then the corona happened, or COVID happened. So the previous owner then sold, or she closed down due to a struggle. Mm-hmm. And then from there, we just had to open it again because we were all spoiled. We had to bring it back. It is a it is something that is very known to Namibia. She used to supply throughout Namibia, not only the Erongo region, and obviously, I mean, it is something so special and so dear that we have to have it. It is marvelous.
And you brought a twist to it, a bit of coffee. Just tell us about the coffee and the chocolate combination.
Okay, the main idea was when we started with the playing around with the idea. Andries Olivier gave us this property, and it was big enough to also have a small little coffee shop. And we did not want to do the ordinary coffee shop where there's the bacon and eggs and the full breakfast and whatever else. So we decided we're just going to have the quiches and the pies, the coffee. Obviously, we also bring the chocolate into the coffee, where we do the chocolate bombs and the chai bombs, the marshmallow bombs. Yeah, the children love them.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Now, we still find ourselves in the COVID-19 pandemic, and you opened during the pandemic. Like, tell us about your thought process. It's something amazing, opening a business in the pandemic.
I think at the end of the day, the COVID has learned us a lot, where we have to realize every day that everything can change within seconds. We should not just focus on the bad that it brings. We should also come to a point or realize that Namibia is a small country, and whatever we do here, we can obviously grow our own economic situation. In Namibia, we can change it very quickly. So, and there's nothing more special than if you have to give a gift to someone, chocolates is always welcome. Everyone enjoys chocolates. And then also we're incorporating the pottery with the chocolate, where a child can come and paint a cup. We fire it, we fill it with chocolates, and it becomes a very special gift for a grandma, grandpa. But now, recently, the women in Walvis Bay they really want to do it. So this is also a family project at the end of the day, where a family can come and they can come paint cups for themselves, or give it to one another, or for the household, or whatever the case might be. So yeah.
That's very awesome. That's very cool. I love it. But now, aside from the business, who are you, Hazel Smith? Are you here from Walvis Bay? Please tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm actually from Windhoek. Moved here in 2000, went back to Windhoek in 2004, and then in 2006 I just had to come back. You know, they say if you move to Walvis Bay, you only cry twice. You know, the first time when you arrive, and then when you move away. So that was exactly it for me. I came back in 2006, been here, always been in corporate finance. So yeah, this has really been a major shift for me. But I am enjoying it every moment. It is lovely. I mean, especially with the chocolates. You know, every day we've got a few flavors that we've already added to our range. Nice. Which the ones that Adelaine make, we took them over, and we've added some additions to our range already. So yeah, no, it is really fun. It is lovely doing it. It's
something
just
totally different.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's amazing, if I can say it like that.
Now, please tell us about the chocolates. What flavors do you have here?
Okay, we've got quite a range of flavors. All the chocolate is being made with Barry Calabout. Calabout is one of the biggest. There's two major chocolate manufacturers in Belgium, which is the Calabout and then the Puratos. Now, we do the Calabout chocolate. We've got fillings from different liqueurs, from creams. So, and then we've got the normal slabs, we've got the chai bombs that we've got quite a lot of different flavors. Yeah, they must just come and see. We've also done, made a little change to the slabs. Our coffee slab is it's a lovely slab. It's a full coffee bean that is in the slab. That is also something that we use the Fire Up Coffee Roasters beans that we also sell here as our coffee. We use that in our factory when we manufacture those slabs. Yeah, they are divine. Yeah.
Now, Soñador. It's a very unusual name. Please tell us about the name.
Soñador means dreamer in Spanish, and that is exactly me. I am a dreamer. I've always been a dreamer, and it's actually from a movie with horses. Yeah, that the name comes from, and it just stick with me. You know, all these years. I just always thought that this is the kind of name. Somewhere I will use this.
Awesome. So, and here we go.
Yeah.
Please tell us about your team. How many people are employed here?
Okay, I've got 7 people in the chocolate factory. All of them were unemployed when we opened up. So it is all new or unemployed people that was employed. So I did not take anyone from anyone else, you know. So I do believe that there is a definitely enhancement to the economic.
Welcome back from that short break. Now, as promised, we have two previous winners of the triathlon. That, of course, is Conrad Murray and Karen Brockman, to just tell us a little bit about, you know, the distances that you have taken part in and have obviously won. Maybe starting off with you, Conrad. What is the distance that you took part in?
The Sandman is the only event that offers you the ultra-distance triathlon in Namibia, and so that is my love, the ultra distance, where you do a half Ironman lengths in swimming, running and cycling. But it also has a standard Olympic distance that's very popular, and sprint, super sprint, kiddies events all throughout to as short as 200 meters of swim and a 5K cycle and a 2K run.
Yeah. Now, what would drive somebody to take part in a triathlon? I mean, the ocean is quite grueling. I wouldn't do it.
I actually made notes that this is the only reason I participate in the triathlon, because after 300 days of stress and frustration in the office, it's the last event or occasion that you can release all that built up stress and pressure.
Some people have beer.
Yes, no, that's not enough for me. I've tried that. No, going out there, swimming and competing and being alive in competition, cycling against that wind and trying to deliver your best, that's definitely the only motivation I have to train throughout the year for this event.
Yeah, so you would say the wind is quite challenging.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the biggest challenge, I believe, with the Sandman. If you're not prepared for an ultra distance, it's going to be a challenge from start to finish. But even for a prepared person, the northwest that comes up throughout the morning is an insurmountable task on the bike at times.
Yeah, but just briefly, how long does one take to prepare for a competition such as this?
To finish it, you can, if you're generally fit versus someone who's not done sport in their lives, that's a discussion on its own. But for someone who's generally fit, you can enjoy the race with 1 year of preparation.
All right. So are you planning on taking part again this year?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Yes. We'll see you in Swakopmund. And Mrs. Brookman, what distance did you take part in?
I did the Olympic distance, the standard one, yes, which is about, what is it, a K swim?
Yeah.
And 40K cycle and 10K run.
All right. So what would you say was maybe your challenge taking part?
Challenge also the wind. When you go out, you're happy, it's good, the wind is from the back, and then you come back and it takes you a long time. Then also the swimming, from us from inland to go into the sea, the cold water, acclimatize and get going, get your rhythm.
Yeah. But which part of the triathlon would you say you struggled with, perhaps?
Not really struggle, but yes, you have the ones you favor more than the others. So I think swimming is the biggest challenge because you're still nervous when you go in. You must check your breathing and get into your rhythm.
Any plans to take part in, again this year?
Of course, Sandman always.
All right, so the
It's
two of
a
you are
magic
again
event.
taking part in the competition.
Yes.
Perfect. Maybe any last words for the audience, somebody that is watching that would like to take part in the competition, maybe advice, that type of thing?
Yes. The best athlete in the world always says, it never gets easier, you just get faster. And that applies to the best and to beginners. So when you look at times and you think, wow, I could never swim, run or cycle that fast for that long a distance, it's just a matter of time, then you could be up there with anyone. So if you have a desire to start, just get into it.
All right. So, guys, we've come to the end of today's show. If you're in Swakopmund, please do catch the Sandman Triathlon and just cheer the participants on. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi viewers, my name is Micheline Avatises and I'm going to bring you what's on with regards to the events taking place during December. Now for the week, on the 3rd of December, we have the Dance Week at Dance Factory Swakopmund, and for inquiries, you can contact 081 4323 247 or 064 403367. Now on the same day, we will be heading over to the Dome with the relaunch of MTC, and for inquiries, you can contact 081 211 2793. Now on the 3rd to the 4th December, the first event we'll be having is the Kerstmarkt by the NG Moedergemeente in Walvis Bay, and you can contact 08 259 22280. Moving on to our second event, we'll have the Jingle Bells Christmas Market at Walvis Bay, which will be hosted by the municipality. For inquiries, you can contact 0811 220820 or 0811 431 289. The third event will be the Summer Fun Day at the Atlantis Sports Ground, and you can contact 081 200 2661. Now on the 4th of December, we have the Neurology of Trauma at the Swakopmund Museum taking place, and for inquiries, you can contact 081 294 7344. Now moving on to some sports, we have the Together as One Part 5 Boxing Bonanza, which will take place at the Swakopmund Soccer Stadium, and for inquiries, you can contact 081 245 3349. Now on the 4th till the 5th of December, we'll be enjoying some Bank Windhoek Volleyball Federation Cup Finals, which will take place at the Jan Vulcan Stadium, and to find out more about it, you can contact 0811 275925. Lastly, for Sunday, which will on the 5th of December, we will be having the Sandman Triathlon in Swakopmund, and to find out more, you can contact 0811 429966. Now, since it's Christmas season, the Christmas lights will take place, at the Walvis Bay municipality on the 5th of December, and that is your events taking place for the week. Hi viewers, my name is Micheline Navatises, and today I'm with my lovely co-host Liena Takevonjo.
And we are here to bring you the weather updates for today.
For Walvis Bay, the sun was out 8 minutes past 6 and will set 34 minutes past 7. Walvis Bay will experience a maximum of 21 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 14 and a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius predicted for tomorrow. A southwest wind will prevail with a speed of 17 kilometers per hour. Now, if you would like to go fishing, the first high tide will be 7 minutes past 1 and the second high tide will be 9 minutes just before 2 in the morning. The first low tide will be 9 minutes before 7 in the morning and the second low tide will be 20 minutes past 7.
In Swakopmund, the sun rose at 06:08 and will set at 19:33. Swakopmund is expected with a maximum temperature of 19 degrees with a minimum of 14 and a maximum of 18 degrees predicted for tomorrow. A west-southwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 13 kilometers per hour. And for fishing, the first high tide will be at 13:08 and the second one will be at 1:42. The first low tide will be at 06:41 and the second low tide will be at 19:20.
And Hanktis Bay is a bit chilly today. The sun was out 10 minutes past 6 and will set 33 minutes past 7. Now the maximum is 19 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 15 and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius predicted for tomorrow. A south-southwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 13 kilometers per hour. Now, if you'd like to go fishing, the first high tide will be 10 minutes past 1, with the second high tide 1:44, and the first low tide 6:43, with the second low tide 22 minutes past 7.
In Arandes, the sun rose at 06:07 and will set at 19:31. Arandes is expected with a maximum temperature of 29 degrees with a minimum of 12 and a maximum of 28 degrees predicted for tomorrow. A west-southwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 13 kilometers per hour.
The sun was out 6 minutes past 6 in Usakos and will set 28 minutes past 7. Now, Liana, I must say that Usakos is really coming in hot today because the maximum degrees are 38 with a minimum of 17 and a maximum of 35 degrees Celsius predicted for tomorrow. A west wind will prevail with a speed of 13 kilometers per hour.
While in Karibib, the sun rose at 06:05 and will set at 19:27. Karibib is also pretty much very hot today with a maximum temperature of 37 degrees and a minimum of 18 and a maximum of 35 degrees predicted for tomorrow. I must say it's very hot tomorrow as well. A west-northwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 13 kilometers per hour.
And moving on to Omaruru, the sun was out 5 minutes past 6 and will set 25 minutes past 7. Now, Omaruru is also really hot today with a maximum of 38 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 18 with a maximum of 35 degrees Celsius predicted for tomorrow. A south-southwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 11 kilometers per hour. And that was it for your weather report for today.
Brings us to the end of today's episode of Erongo Talk. Me and Otis are going to build some sand castles here on the beach to start this festive season.
Yes, definitely.
In the right spirit.
Yeah. We're gonna relax for a moment or two.
For a moment or two until the next hard work starts again.
Yes.
But please head on over to our website. That's www.erongo.com.na. That's www.erongo.com.na to read more on what's happening here in our region. You can also follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. And you can get in contact with us at 0811 7040. That's 0811 7040 on both WhatsApp and Telegram. Let us know who you'd like to see on Erongo Talk. Let us know what's happening in your town. Send us your videos of what you are doing for the festive season, even if you are just staying at home, because this is most probably going to be a staycation for this December 2021.
Exactly. We need to remember that we are living in COVID times.
Yes.
We need to mask up. We need to social distance.
Very important.
We need to sanitize.
Yes.
Preferably stay outdoors.
Yeah.
And
in the open air. It's always good in the open air.
Exactly. And we've got space for Africa.
Yes.
We really have space for Africa.
That's why it's so nice.
At the coast.
At the coast.
Yes.
Now, Otis, it's the 1st of December. If you could sum up your year in one word, what would it be?
I do not want to go there. I don't want to make it a negative thing.
Yes.
Because I'd rather prefer to focus on the positives.
Yes.
I would say challenging.
Yeah, definitely.
Challenging indeed. But I don't want to mention that.
No, we're not going. Yes, that challenge. So if you have a word or a message for the December holiday, since we're at the 1st of December, what would you like to tell our viewers?
Safety first.
Yes.
Safety first. Yes. Whether you're on the road, whether you are relaxing or chillaxing, whatever you do, safety first.
Definitely.
Safety first.
Definitely.
From your side?
So the past year, the one thing that I saw, Otis, from our Namibian people is the spirit of resilience and the spirit of thinking outside of the box. So for this December, let us relax, but relax responsibly. Very important. We know it's been a tough year and that bottle of champagne or wine is sitting waiting for you, but let us be responsible. Don't drink and drive. Let's keep our roads safe. And let's keep fatalities on the road at 0.
Yes.
Please.
Very important. The emphasis is on don't. Don't drink and drive.
There's no such thing as drinking
responsibly
drinking
and going for a drive. No.
If you know you took a few dopper, stay at home, relax. It's December.
Get a designated driver.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we will be back again tomorrow, and we will be joining you from the Walvis Bay waterfront to show you what's happening there. So we will see you again. Bye bye.
It cases it.
Let me be your voice, let me be your voice, let me be your voice. The voice that'll make the table stand around and make the world realize your values, your happiness and your kindness, your loyalty, yeah. They owe you a shelter, clean water, and healthy balanced life, yeah. Never giving up on you. Never giving up on you. You became part of my family. I'm giving you a second chance. 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 Never giving up on you. You became part of my family. I'm giving you a second chance. Giving you a second chance. To have the home again. To have the home again, yeah. For the love. The animals, I think dogs are the most amazing creatures. They give unconditional love for us. They're role model for being alive. And love is the only thing on earth that loves you more than it loves itself. You know, don't beat them around, don't leave them in the streets. Be humble, be lovely, be faithful to them. Never giving up on you. Never giving up on you. You became part of my family. I'm giving you a second chance. 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 Never giving up on you. You became part of my family. I'm giving you a second chance. Giving you a second chance. To have the home again. To have the home again, yeah. We all need attention, a dog need attention, a cat need attention, all deserve a better life. Chicken please a real pain to your animals, so watch them there but please once in a week. So take them to the vet when they're sick. Let's stand together, work together and make some changes. Let's stand together, work together and make some changes. Never giving up on you. Never giving up on you. You became part of my family. I'm giving you a second chance. 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 Never giving up on you. You became part of my family. I'm giving you a second chance. Giving you a second chance. To have the home again. To have the home again, yeah. My domestic animal. Yeah, I like that. Staying with them, I believe is normal. Yeah, I like that. I'm here to protect them, to care for them, singing for them and others. We are here for them. For the love of animals. SPCA, Walvis Bay, nosotros los amigos real amigos. Yeah. Never giving up on you.